Hello and welcome back again, Coffee Beans. This is Agricultural Structures and Building Constructions. Definition of terms. Q&R. Quarry screen. Interwoven wire mesh of certain wire and mesh size designed for sizing stones but sometimes used as slotted flooring materials. Quarter sod. Lumber sod so the wide faces are approximately at right angles to the annual growth rings. Radiant heater. A device that emits thermal radiation that is directed at and received by absorbing materials. Livestock and/or plants. Radiation. The process by which energy is emitted from molecules and atoms owing to the internal changes. Is the transmission of heat in the form of radiant energy or wave motion from one body to another across an intervening space. Radius of gyration. It is an index of the stiffness of a structural section when used as a column or other compression member. Railing. A vertical barrier erected along exposed sides of stairs and platforms to prevent falls of persons. Raised deck nursery. A space for pigs following weaning. Pens having a floor above the conventional floor level. Raise grain. A roughened condition of the surface of dressed lumber in which the hard summerwood is raised above the softer springwood but not torn loose from it. Ramp. Sloped passage connecting two different elevations. Range. A series of single-span greenhouses. Usually interconnected, are two or more sections of gutter-connected greenhouses. Raise. Ribbon-shaped strands of tissue extending in a radial direction across the grain so oriented that the face of the ribbon is exposed as a fleck on the quarter surface. In cross-section, rays appear as straight lines or tend to curve, touching one or both sides of the pores. Broad in some timbers and in others. They consist of two distinct sizes. Readily accessible, capable of being opened quickly for maintenance, repair, or inspection, may be fastened by latches or held by mechanical interlocks or similar apparatus. Recirculating cooling water. Recycling cooling water to greatly reduce water use by using the same water to perform several cooling operations. Recirculating manure collection system. Shallow liquid manure storage with periodic or continuous drainage to a lagoon and refilling with lagoon effluent. Recirculation. Recycling of air that is contained within the building. Reflector. A device used to redirect the light from a source primarily by the process of reflection. Refractory. In wood. Implies difficulty in processing or manufacturing by ordinary methods, resistance to the penetration of preservatives. Difficulty in drying or difficulty in working. Reinforced concrete is a concrete containing reinforcement, including pre-stressing steel, and designed on the assumption that the two materials knot together in resisting forces. Reinforcement, a strengthening concrete, plaster or mortar by embedding steel rods or wire mesh in it. Reinforcing bars, steels rods that are embedded in building materials such as concrete for reinforcement. Relaxation, associated with creep, is the decreasing stress at a constant strain, important for metals in high temperature service. Residual, the semisolid part of sewage and bacterial mass that has been acted upon by bacteria and settled or removed from the treated wastewater. Residual stresses are those stresses that are independent of loads. Resilience is the quality of absorbing impact loads without passing the elastic limit. Retention time, average period that a given quantity of slurry is retained in the digester for digestion. Reticulum, one of the stomach components of ruminant animals. It is lined with small compartments, giving a honeycomb appearance. Ridge, the horizontal line formed at the apex of two roof slopes. Ridge and furrow, a type of greenhouse construction where modular units are connected at the gutters to cover large ground areas, also called gutter-connected greenhouse. Ridge vent, opening along a roof peak for natural ventilation air outlet or an inlet for mechanical ventilation. Rigid frame, a clear span building framework type where walls and sloping rafters are fixed together into a unit such that there is no relative rotation between members. Rigid frame. This is widely used in bridge construction and industrial buildings. The distinguishing characteristics of the rigid frame are: at the joints are fixed, or rigid, rather than hinge. B. The basic geometric figure is not necessarily a triangle but can be almost any shape. C. Some or all of the members carry both bending and axial loads. Riprap is a concrete structure made of stones constructed along steep embankments to prevent landslide or gully erosion. Rise is the height of flight of stairs from landing to landing or the height between successive treads or stairs. Riser, vertical part of a stair step. Roof cleats, a member fastened to the roof of a structure for ascent or descent. Roof height is the vertical distance between the reference line and the lowest point on the bunk roof or cover. Roof slope, degree of deviation of the roof from the horizontal. Degree or inclination of the bin roof measured in degrees from horizontal. Run refers to the horizontal distance from the first to the last riser of a stair flight. Rungs, ladder cross members used for ascent or descent. Runoff control facility, system to intercept and prevent pollution from runoff containing manure. Hope it helps. Thank you again for listening. Please like, subscribe and comment your suggestion on topics you want to hear. Links of previous topics are stated in the description box below. See you in the next part. Bye. Rar.